Provo Beast here doing another install today. Today we're working on this 1999 BMW 3 Series. Today we're doing a factory installation with a sub and amp, allowing us keeping the factory radio. We're putting in two subs, two 12-inch, and a Kenwood amplifier. Now, first thing you'll notice here in these 3 Series, fortunately the battery's in the trunk, which really is a convenience with not needing to run cabling from the engine bay all the way to the rear of the vehicle. Alright, first things first, before I started running cabling for the battery, I actually removed this back panel here. It just kind of folds back, exposing the factory amplifier. Now here we're going to actually locate our subwoofer outputs, typically on these vehicles, or our rear speaker outputs if it doesn't have a sub available, to use a line out converter. And I'll show you what the one we're using here, which will provide the signal that the amp needs to play bass for the subs. Alright, being here the active factory amplifier, what I've done is I've connected to the needed wiring for a line out converter. Now we're using this pack module SNI 35. Now the wires that we've connected to the right side speaker that we are tapping into for signal, the negative wire for the right side is brown orange, and it connects to our gray black wire. And then the right side positive is the blue black wire, which we've connected to our solid gray wire. For the left side, our positive wire, which I show here, is the yellow black wire, and our negative wire on the left side is our brown orange wire. Now your grounds, these browns, you just connect into the grounds up here. And that is it. So we'll clean this wiring up super nice along with the factory wiring. Our RCAs for our amp will plug right in there, and then we'll run that to the amp itself. So we're just about done here on the factory amp side. Now for your remote turn on wire, it's a solid white wire. So let me pull that out there for you. This guy, and so this will turn our aftermarket amplifier on as well. So we'll connect into that. All right. So hook my RCAs into the line out converter. Hook this blue wire into that white wire that I showed in the last segment, as you can see right there. So that's the remote turn on wire and the RCA cables. I've removed the negative off the battery. Went ahead and added my power wire, and that's my fuse holder, which I'll pop the fuse in when I'm ready. And then I ran it up underneath and it came out right here. I dropped the 60 disc CD changer down. It's 3 Allen wrench bolts. I did that because in order for us to fit this giant sub box in, it needs a little bit of clearance, so I dropped it down so I could fit the box in and see if I can get that back up afterwards. So last thing we have to do before we start putting stuff together is get our ground installed. I've also mounted the amplifier on the back of the box here. It's missing a cup, but it's all good. So that's where we are at this point. I'll go ahead and get the ground in. I'll show you how that's done, and we'll start getting the box all set up. All right. So for the ground, I've cleaned the paint off really well. Put those 2 self-tappers in there. Focus, just right here on the side. And what I've done after I've done the ground there is I've just put a little hole in the siding and ran the power wire, the ground wire, which is right below attached, this remote turn on wire that goes to that white wire that we showed in the previous segment, and our RCAs, which connect to our line out converter. All through that small hole, we're going to hook up to our amp here on the back of the box. We're just about ready to get everything hooked up. Alright, got the subs in. And I just hooked the red power wire to the positive on the amp. the black wire, which is the ground to the amp, the remote turn on wire, that blue one that we tapped into, over here by the that white wire, which is the remote turn on wire. We'll hook that to the amp. You saw we already had our speaker wires hooked up to the sub because the amp's on the box already, and we hooked the RCA's into the input. So I was able to get these subs in here. As you can see, it's a very tight fit. And then I got the 60 changer actually back up in there. Still fits with the subs in there. We're gonna go ahead and put our pockets in. So you can see I put the fuse in and put the negative back on the battery. We'll put those covers on and do a little test for you. All right, let's go and do a quick test here for you. All right. If you have any questions about this install, just post a comment below. I'll help you through it there. Thanks for watching the channel, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.